What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Triple Z. I'm your host, Isaiah Henry. I'm giving out my NBA season awards from MVP to all rookie teams. Let's talk about it. Starting with Most Improved Player, I picked Ivica Zubac, who's had an outstanding regular season for the Los Angeles Clippers. Career highs in games played, minutes, field goal attempts, points, rebounds, and assists. He's taken on more responsibility both offensively and defensively for the Clippers, and the impact he's played with despite Kawhi Leonard missing half of the season and James Harden putting up good numbers but not shooting the ball well, only left one option for Zoo, which was to take his game to another level. His on and off numbers backs up how imperative he is to the Clippers being a playoff team. Plus 7.4 on the court per 100 possessions offensively and plus 6.5 better per 100 possessions defensively. Zubac has been anchoring a top 5 defense all season long for the Clippers, and that's been the team's calling card with Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr., Nicholas Batum, and Kawhi Leonard coming back healthy. Zubac holds them together defensively. He's in the 89th percentile of foul percentages, which stands out to me because he's going up against some of the best centers in the NBA. Jokic, Sabonis, Anthony Davis, Sengun, while playing a ton of drop coverage. He's an elite rim protector. Offensively, he's been nothing but efficient, shooting 62% from the floor. Some of that offensive leap should be credited to James Harden. That pick and roll between Harden and Zubac seems unstoppable. But with that being said, the Clippers call Zubac's number a lot, where he gets it on the low block and displays his offensive skill set. The man has been a top 5 center this season and is playing the best basketball of his career. Sixth man of the year. Let me set this up. I've watched a lot of Boston Celtics games this year. I went to a Knicks and Celtics game back in February. And the reason I keep up with the Celtics is because one of my best friends, Samaj, is a die-hard Boston fan. He loves the Red Sox, Patriots, and Celtics, so I keep him up to speed about how the Boston Celtics are doing. Meaning I've watched Peyton Pritchard have a spectacular season coming off the bench. I've also watched a good amount of Detroit basketball because I've been so locked in with Cade Cunningham and the excellent season he's having, so that means I've seen Malik Beasley light it up off the bench. So my sixth man of the year is Malik Beasley. I'm going off the eye test. He is a huge part of the Detroit Pistons being relevant to basketball once again. The best mid-level signing in the NBA, averaging 16 points, shooting 41% from 3 on 9.5 attempts per game. One of the best shooters in the league. I thought he was a snub from the three-point contest at All-Star Weekend. He's playing the most meaningful basketball ever in his 9-year career. Detroit is his home. During the trade deadline, he went to Tajon Landon, who is president of basketball operations, and said to him, "Don't trade me." And Tajon, being smart, didn't trade Beasley because he understands how instrumental he's been to the recent success in Detroit, adding so much value being a veteran and a floor spacer, which has helped Cade Cunningham lead the way for the Pistons. Not to mention, Malik Beasley has one of the best celebrations in the NBA when he moves his hips after making a three-point shot. So shout out to Malik Beasley for winning Sixth Man of the Year. Rookie of the Year, I'm taking Stephon Castle. Throughout the season, he's been able to excel in so many different roles, coming off the bench, starting, primary ball handler, guarding the opposing team's best perimeter guard. He also has the stats to back up his rookie year, averaging 14 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. The shooting splits aren't good, but I'm confident they will improve. And since the Wemby blood clot and De'Aaron Fox being shut down for the season, Castle has been giving more opportunity to play. From the month of February to April, his scoring, assist, and field goal percentage has gotten better. The best part of his game is his ability to get to the free throw line, attacking driving angles, the body control. He's leading rookies in free throw attempts, probably by a large margin. Castle has multiple games of shooting 7, 8, 9, 10 free throws. The most attempts came not too long ago in a loss against the Clippers, where he went 8 of 12 from the free throw line. I consider him a cornerstone piece to the San Antonio Spurs organization. Defensive Player of the Year. It's been a hot debate as of late between Draymond Green, Dyson Daniels, Jaren Jackson Jr., Lou Dort. I'm rolling with Evan Mobley. His versatility, switchability, and rim protection has served the Cavaliers greatly, helping them be a 60-win team in the Eastern Conference. Mobley, during his second year, finished top 3 in DPOY voting. This year will be his best chance to win the award. Great athlete for his size, can cover so much ground, has gotten stronger. The lateral movement is there, as well as the foot speed. Whether he's playing the 4 or the 5, the defensive impact is always there. Not to mention, he gets a big bonus if he wins the DPOY award. Shout out to Evan Mobley. Coach of the Year. The Pistons last season were 14-68, lost 28 games in a row. Monty Williams basically robbed this franchise of $80 million. They were the laughingstock of the NBA. They lacked an identity, a culture, hope. It was just miserable in Detroit. Now in the 2024-2025 NBA season, the Pistons have tripled their win total from the year before, have secured a guaranteed playoff spot being 6th in the Eastern Conference. Cade Cunningham had a phenomenal regular season, being an all-star, all-NBA, and a top 10 player, if you will. Malik Beasley is a legitimate candidate for 6th Man of the Year. Tobias Harris is on a playoff team while his former team is tanking for a top 6 lottery pick. The defense is somewhat reminiscent of the bad boys back in the 80s and early 90s. Isaiah Stewart, Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland playing with an edge, having that motor. You can't bully the Pistons anymore. There has been a shift in the culture. This team has given their fans hope and joy. The leadership has been rectified. JB Bickerstaff, you are Coach of the Year. Most Valuable Player Award. The criteria for MVP always changes based on the season. Does it go to the best player on the best team, best stats, historical season like a Russell Westbrook? And this MVP race between Jokic and SGA, it's been feeding families. It's entertaining, dramatic, high stakes, and has delivered on every level. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is my MVP, and he deserves this award 100%. The efficiency, leading the league in scoring, the highest plus-minus this season, most 20-point games, 30-point games, 40-point games, 50-point games this season. The consistency shouldn't go unnoticed. He's been balling with Chet Holmgren playing under 35 games. Isaiah Hartenstein has missed 25 games. Alex Caruso has missed time as well. And Shai still goes out there and plays like a superstar. The season OKC is having, Shai has been leading the charge. 67 wins, best record in the NBA, one of the best team net ratings in NBA history, the best defensive rating in NBA history as well. I know Shai is surrounded by players who are all defensive caliber, but he's no slack defensively. He's had big defensive plays during the season. The one that comes to mind is the block he had on Jason Tatum in OKC. Shai came through with a big defensive play in the final minutes of that game. The mixture of individual play, team success, third straight season averaging 30, all of it and more. The final answer is SGA for me, and it's disrespectful to say voters fatigue for SGA winning MVP. That's disrespectful to Shai and the season he's having, and it's disrespectful to the voters as well. He's earned this award. Nobody can take away what he's done this year. I don't have to take jabs at Jokic to uplift SGA. I'm completely aware that Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world. I know he's averaging a 30-point triple-double for the season. I've seen the 30-20-20 game before. I know that he's had 61, 10, and 10. I've seen it all. Nikola Jokic is an all-time great. I'm not taking that away from him. But the best player in the world doesn't always win MVP, and that's the case we have with SGA. He's had a great, historic, dominant season for OKC, so he is my MVP. I don't really pay too much mind to executive and clutch player of the year, but clutch player of the year, I took Jalen Brunson. He leads the league in clutch points. He's been big time for them, aka the captain. And executive of the year, Rob Pelinka literally got Luka Doncic. Need I say more? That's all I'm going to say about it. All NBA awards. Let's start with the first team. SGA, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum. The last spot goes to Donovan Mitchell. His scoring and minutes have taken a dip, but it's for the betterment of the team. The Cavaliers are 64-17. They are title contenders, and Donovan Mitchell has been their best player all season long, so he gets the final spot. Second team, LeBron James, Steph Curry. You can make a real case that those two players are still top 10 in the league today, which is insane. Anthony Edwards, the fact that he's shooting 39% from 3 on 10 attempts a game is ridiculous. Is absolutely ridiculous. Like, he really was like taking notes from Steph and Damian Lillard, watching film and adapting those players who are some of the greatest shooters in NBA history. He took those players' skill set, routine, all that type of stuff, shooting motion, and adapted to his game, and now he's one of the best three-point shooters in all of basketball. It's crazy. Cade Cunningham has been a top 3 point guard for me all season long. What he's been able to do with Detroit and put them on his shoulders and carry them to the playoffs has been phenomenal. I'm also under the impression that he's the best pick and roll player in the NBA. I feel like he has so many options coming off a pick and roll. He can get to the mid range, he can hit the three, he has the skip pass, he has the pocket pass, he can throw the lob pass, he can find cutters. I just love Kate Cunningham when he runs pick and roll with anybody on the Detroit Pistons. And the final spot goes to the big bodega, Karl Anthony Towns. I will admit I was a little skeptical about him being with the New York Knicks because you got to have tough skin to be playing for the New York Knicks, but he's adapted so well. He's having a career year with the New York Knicks, so he's been big time for them. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. And third team, Evan Mobley. The offensive leap he's taken has helped the Cavaliers win 64 games. He's spacing the floor. He's had more opportunities to have the ball in his hands, whether he's initiating the offense or getting a bucket for his own. Shout out to Evan Mobley. J-Dub, second best player on the best team in the NBA. He gets a spot for me, one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Jalen Brunson, I'm sure that he will meet the 65 game requirement, so I'm going with Jalen Brunson. As much as I want to say that Karl Anthony Towns has had a great season, it does start with Jalen Brunson. He's been spectacular. Next up, Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton, the first 25 games, a lot of people, including myself, were questioning what's going on with Tyrese Halliburton. The scoring, the efficiency, the shooting splits, the assist numbers were not great. He was dealing with a back injury from the Olympics, so maybe that was slowing him down to start the season. But, really since December All-Star break, he's been on one, basically averaging 24 and 10. The assist to turnover ratio is immaculate. Like, the man can go 4 games without turning over the ball. It's absolutely amazing. One of the best point guards in the NBA. He's leading the Pacers to a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they will have home court advantage. So Tyrese Halliburton, even though he didn't make an All-Star team, he is going to make an All-NBA team for me. And the last spot should probably go to Jaren Jackson Jr., but it's my All-NBA team, so I went with Ivica Zubac. I've been just so impressed with him. He's been a top 5 center for me. 2020 games, he's been impactful on both ends. He's a crucial piece for the Clippers making the playoffs. Like, I was very doubtful of the Clippers to start the season, but the way how they've been able to maintain a winning record, a winning season, and hopefully today they go against the Golden State Warriors. If they win, they secure a top 6 seed. But Zubac is going to need to have a big game, but he's been consistent all season long. Averaging 16 points, 12 rebounds. He's one of the best rim protectors, one of the best drop coverage players in the NBA. So he gets that final spot for me on third team. All defensive team. First team should be pretty simple, easy. Amen Thompson, Lou Dort, Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, Evan Mobley. I thought to myself, what if Wemby played the rest of the season and didn't get injured with that blood clot? Like, who would be out? Who would be out? I don't know. Maybe Draymond. Like, he's really turned it up ever since the Jimmy Butler trade, but I would say Draymond. If Wemby was healthy, I would say Draymond would not make first team all defense. Second team all defense. Rudy Gobert, as much as people like to crap on him, and it hasn't been a year where he's had his name in Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's still anchoring a top 5 defensive team in the Minnesota Timberwolves. When he was injured with that back injury, I forgot how many games he's missed, probably like 8 to 10. They were doing great offensively, but their defensive rating plummeted, where they were ranked 6, and then with Rudy being out with that injury, they went all the way down to 17th. So that's the defensive impact he has on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So he gets a spot for me. I went with Zubac, one of the best drop coverage players in the NBA. I went over like how he's in the top percentiles of foul percentages going up against some of the best centers in the NBA. Also, he's in the 94th percentile of contesting shots within 4 feet of the rim. So Zubac gets a spot for me. OG Anunoby, the Knicks haven't been a great defensive team. They've been 13th, but OG Anunoby is still the defensive guy on that team. So he gets a spot for me. J-Dub has been one of the best two-way players in the NBA. He's legitimately guarded 1 through 5 before. And not saying that he's shut down every 5 he's played against when Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein went out, but he did a damn good job. He did a damn good job. So J-Dub gets that nod for me. And last spot should probably go to like a Jaren Jackson Jr., a Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn doesn't even qualify, which is crazy. He's been one of the best perimeter defenders in all of basketball. That's facts. That is facts, but he doesn't qualify, which is crazy. But the last spot for me goes to Toumani Camara. I've been so impressed with him and the Portland Trailblazers. Like, yeah, they're not even above 500, but they've been a good team. If you watch them, they've been a good team, especially in the second half of the year. Chauncey Billups has done a great job with that team, having them locked in defensively. But Tamani Kimura gets that final nod for me for making an all defensive team, man. The box, that's all I'm going to say. And now, finally, all rookie teams. I want to say this about the rookie class. Coming into the year, a lot of people, and I'm happy that I'm not included in this, we're basically saying this is the worst rookie class ever. And I just couldn't get down with that because I didn't watch a lot of these guys in college, so I did not want to say, oh yeah, I didn't want to get on that bandwagon and say, oh yeah, this rookie draft class is terrible. Absolutely not. I'm not one of those kind of people. So I did my research. I watched a lot of these rookies out of the first 30 picks. I watched maybe a good 19 of them, a few games, several games here and there. And I was watching Teed Up, hosted by Pierre, and he stated that not every draft class is going to have a Victor Wembanyama, is going to have a superstar player. It's not always going to be like that. Majority of the NBA is made up of role players, really good to great role players. And if any of these rookies in this draft class can be great role players or even all-stars, whatever the case may be, that's great for them. I've been impressed with this rookie draft class. Like I said, I didn't get on that bandwagon of saying, oh, this is one of the worst rookie draft class ever. No, I've taken the time to sit down and watch some of these rookies, and I've been impressed. I really have been impressed. I don't know if any of them are going to be superstars, but I can see potential where they're making all-star teams, all defensive teams, all that type of stuff. I've been really impressed with this rookie draft class. So first team for me, Stephon Castle, Jalen Wells, Richache. In the last 40 games, 50 games, Richache has been balling, bro. He really has been balling, averaging like 15 points, has really good shooting splits. I've been impressed with him. For a number one overall pick, he has not been talked about a lot. But his last 40-ish games, he's been balling. Same with Alex Sarr. You can see the vision with Alex Sarr, a big that can protect the rim, but like the shooting splits does have to get better. His best game was against the Denver Nuggets, I would say, when Jordan Poole hit that 35-footer to win the game. Alex Sarr in that game had like 29 points, played great defense the entire game, had some defensive stops on Nikola Jokic, went 5 of 9 from 3. So you see the vision there with Alex Sarr. And then the final spot for me, Zach Edey. I mean, he's been a starter. He's helped the Grizzlies, be a playoff team earlier in this regular season. Now they're kind of like in the plan. But Zach Edey has had an impact on the Grizzlies being, above 500. I hope they're above 500. I haven't looked at the standings in like a day or two. And then second team, Donovan Clingan. I've been impressed with him as well because I've been locked in with Tamani Kimura, so I've been watching a lot of Portland Trailblazers games. But Donovan Clingan, man, he's been playing behind DeAndre Ayton, and Robert Williams, but those two have been out with like sickness and injuries. So Clingan has been able to get that start. I like what I see from him. He can protect the rim, and he's also really great at setting screens. The pick and roll between Anthony Simons and Donovan Clingan, it seems automatic. It seems automatic because Donovan Clingan doesn't set no weak screens. Like, he is a brick wall where, like, you're struggling to get around him. And by the time you're trying to contest Anthony Simons, the ball already went through the hoop and he's already coming down from his jump shot. So I've been really impressed with Donovan Clingan. Montes Bucelis, that stretch when the Bulls were winning games and beating the Lakers and doing all this type of stuff, he was balling during that stretch. His best game came against the Los Angeles Lakers. What I remember from that game was him doing the behind the back on Luka Doncic and then going baseline for a dunk. That was crazy. Isaiah Collier of the Utah Jazz. Passing is my favorite skill in basketball, and this brother can pass. Like, I look up at the stats sometimes, and he has like 6, 7, 9, 10 assists. I'm like, yo, this dude can really be a floor general for a basketball team. And also, he broke the record for rookie assist, passing John Stockton with like 412. So that's also impressive as well. And then I went with Misi on the Pelicans. Basically averaging like a double-double. It's like 9 and 8, but like, let's give it to him. And then the last spot, could have went with a few people. On the last spot, I went with the eye test players that I've seen. I'm like, oh wow, like I'm like locked into you a little bit more. I went with Terrence Shannon Jr. I don't know. There was a stretch with the Minnesota Timberwolves where he was like getting playing time and everything was in the restricted area. Like, nobody could keep him outside of the paint. And I think that can be a really valuable skill set for Terrence Shannon Jr. while he's playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. He was racking everyone, bro. Like, everything was in the restricted area, so I'm gonna go with him for my final spot. Thank you for listening to Triple Z. Appreciate you all for watching. Let me know down in the comment section what awards you agreed with, what awards you didn't agree with. I would love to hear your comments. Please like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Zzz.